Dr. Amir stood at the edge of the desert, squinting against the bright sun. The wind carried fine grains of sand across the valley, giving the land a golden shimmer. Around him, his team adjusted their equipment, scanning the area for signs of ancient structures buried beneath the sand. For years, Amir had dreamed of discovering something extraordinary, something that could change the way humans understood the world. Today, he felt that dream might finally come true. The team consisted of Layla, a skilled geologist, Omar, an engineer who could fix anything, and Hannah, a young historian who could read even the most complex hieroglyphs. They had traveled far from their city, following clues from old maps and faded texts. According to legends, an ancient pharaoh had hidden a treasure somewhere in this valley. Most people dismissed the stories as myths, but Amir believed otherwise. He believed the river of gold was real. Amir tapped his scanner, watching as the small screen flickered with movement underground. "Look at this," he said, excitement clear in his voice. "There's something moving beneath the sand. It's not water. It's something different." Layla bent over the scanner, her eyes widening. "It's unusual. Nothing I have ever seen before behaves like this. It almost looks like liquid, but the readings are strange, dense but flowing." Hannah leaned closer, pointing to ancient carvings nearby. "These inscriptions speak of a river beneath the earth. They say the pharaoh's treasure flows like water, hidden from those who are not worthy. Maybe this is what the texts meant." Omar shrugged, a grin spreading across his face. "Whether it's gold, energy, or something else, it's going to be exciting to find out." Amir felt a surge of determination. "We will explore it. Carefully, but we cannot ignore this. This may be humanity's greatest discovery." As the team moved closer to the area where the signals were strongest, the ground beneath them began to feel different. The sand was softer, almost like it wanted to give way. Amir used a small digging tool to clear the top layer, revealing the entrance to a hidden tunnel. It was narrow, barely wide enough for a person to crawl through, but it seemed ancient, carved with careful precision. Layla examined the carvings on the tunnel walls. "These markings are older than anything we have seen in the nearby regions. The craftsmanship is incredible. Whoever made this wanted it to last forever." Hannah traced the symbols with her fingers. "They speak of trials, warnings. They tell those who enter to be pure of heart and careful in thought. The pharaoh wanted this river protected from the greedy." Amir took a deep breath and stepped forward. "We move carefully. Stay alert. Remember, this is not just about treasure. This is about history and knowledge. Every step we take could reveal something important." The team entered the tunnel, their flashlights cutting through the darkness. The air was cool and dry, carrying the faint scent of minerals. As they moved deeper, the walls began to shimmer. Tiny particles of gold or a gold-like substance caught the light, creating the illusion that the tunnel itself was glowing. Amir felt a shiver of excitement. He had expected something incredible, but this surpassed even his imagination. Suddenly, the floor beneath them vibrated slightly. Omar stopped and knelt to check the ground. "The readings are changing. The energy, it's moving. There's a current beneath us. I don't think it's just sand or rock. It's something alive in a way," Hannah whispered, her voice full of awe. "The texts mention a river that moves with life. Maybe it's true. Maybe the pharaoh did hide something that could flow like a river." Amir nodded, trying to control his excitement. "We proceed slowly. Do not touch anything until we understand it. This could be dangerous if disturbed." They continued, inching forward along the narrow passage. The tunnel opened into a larger chamber, and Amir could hardly believe his eyes. Before them stretched a river of glowing golden liquid. It moved like water, but it shimmered as if it contained light from within. The surface rippled and pulsed, and tiny sparkles floated above it. The entire chamber reflected the golden glow, creating a sense of wonder and magic. Layla stepped forward, her voice trembling. "It's beautiful. I never imagined anything like this could exist." Omar examined the river carefully. "It's unlike anything I have seen. This is more than gold. It could be energy or a mineral that produces light. We need to be careful. One wrong move and we could lose everything." Hannah ran her hand along the wall, reading more inscriptions. The pharaoh wanted this hidden, protected by those who would misuse it. The warnings were clear. Only those who are patient and respectful can understand its secrets. Amir looked at his team, feeling both pride and responsibility. "We have found the beginning. This is only the first step. Whatever comes next, we must work together. This river of gold is not just treasure, it is a gift of knowledge and discovery for humanity." As they set up sensors and began taking careful measurements, Amir's heart raced with anticipation. The river was alive in a way he could not explain. It seemed to respond to their presence, glowing brighter when they approached. He realized that this was only the start of their journey, a journey that could uncover secrets older than humanity itself. And for the first time, Amir felt the true weight of history and the power of discovery resting in their hands. The desert above remained quiet, the sun casting long shadows across the sand, unaware that beneath it, a river of gold waited to reveal its mysteries to the world. The team stood at the edge of the glowing river, mesmerized by its golden shimmer. The light reflected on the walls, turning the chamber into a world of gold. Amir felt a mixture of awe and caution. He knew they were witnessing something extraordinary, something no human had seen for thousands of years. This was more than treasure. This was history, science, and mystery all combined. Layla crouched near the river's edge, taking careful measurements. "The material is not ordinary gold," she said. "It moves like a liquid, but it is dense. It conducts energy in a way I have never seen. If we study it, it could change everything we know about minerals and energy." Omar nodded, inspecting the chamber. "We need to be careful. The river seems alive. It reacts to our movements, and any sudden disturbance could be dangerous. I suggest we set up sensors around the perimeter to monitor changes." Hana ran her fingers along the walls, tracing the glowing hieroglyphs. "The Pharaoh left instructions, I think. These symbols are not just warnings. They seem to describe how to approach the river, how to respect it. It wants us to understand, not just take." Amir stepped closer to the river, feeling the warmth of the golden glow on his face. "We move slowly and carefully. Everyone stays alert. We document everything. This discovery is bigger than us, bigger than any treasure hunt. This is a gift from history, and we must honor it." The team began setting up sensors and small probes. Omar attached a small robotic arm to a drone, lowering it over the surface of the river. The drone's lights reflected on the liquid, causing the golden current to ripple. The river responded to the probe, moving around it as if it were aware of the intruder. Layla gasped. "It's like it's alive." "Look at the way it moves away from the probe. This is incredible. It is not just a river of gold. It is something beyond our understanding." Hana read more of the inscriptions. The texts speak of trials. They say the river tests those who seek it. Perhaps it can sense intent. If someone is greedy or reckless, it may reject them. Amir considered this carefully. That would explain why it remained hidden for so long. Only those who are patient and respectful can reach its secrets. We must remain calm and thoughtful. That is how we will learn from it. As they continued their measurements, the floor beneath them trembled slightly. Small particles of gold rose from the river, sparkling in the air. Omar adjusted the sensors. "The river is reacting to the energy in the room. It is sensitive to our presence, maybe even our emotions. We must stay composed. Sudden movements could trigger instability." Layla bent closer to the river, her eyes wide with curiosity. "I have never seen anything like this. If this material could be harnessed safely, it might provide energy for entire cities. The Pharaoh hid this for a reason. He wanted to protect it until humanity was ready." Amir nodded. "And perhaps now we are ready. We must understand it fully before making any decisions. This is not just about gold. This is knowledge, power, and responsibility all at once." Suddenly, a low hum filled the chamber. The river pulsed in rhythm with the sound, golden ripples spreading across the surface. The team exchanged nervous glances. "What is happening?" Hana whispered. Omar checked the readings. "It's responding to us. I think it is trying to communicate in its own way. The hum is not random. It changes with our movements and actions. We are part of its environment now." Amir took a deep breath. "We observe and respect. That is our job. Let it guide us. We are here to learn, not to conquer." As the hours passed, the team carefully documented every reaction, every pulse, and every ripple. The river seemed to react to thought as much as to movement. When Amir focused on understanding it, the glow intensified. When someone made a sudden gesture, the liquid shifted defensively. It was a living puzzle, and they were learning how to solve it. Layla smiled, amazed. "It's incredible. The Pharaoh designed this river not as treasure, but as a test. It is teaching us patience, observation, and respect. Whoever controls this river without understanding it will fail." Hana nodded. The texts mentioned guardians, but maybe the river itself is the guardian. It does not need walls or weapons. It protects itself through intelligence and reaction. Amir felt a sense of calm determination. This is only the beginning. We must continue carefully. We are close to learning something extraordinary, something that could benefit all humanity. We must honor the Pharaoh's wisdom and proceed with respect. The team continued their work, unaware of the time passing. They had entered a world forgotten by centuries, a world where gold flowed like water and intelligence guided its currents. The chamber glowed with life and mystery, and the team felt a connection to the past and to the possibilities of the future. As they prepared to rest for the night, Amir looked at the river, its golden light reflecting in his eyes. He knew that tomorrow would bring new discoveries, greater challenges, and tests of courage. The Pharaoh's river of gold was alive, and it had chosen to reveal itself to those who were ready. Humanity's journey into its secrets had only just begun. Amir and his team awoke to the soft golden glow of the river. The chamber was still, but the liquid shimmered as if breathing. Today they planned to move deeper into the tunnels. The golden river had shown them its beauty and power, but they knew its secrets were far from fully revealed. "Everyone ready?" Amir asked. Layla nodded. Omar checked the sensors and Hana studied the inscriptions. "The symbols ahead speak of guardians," she said quietly. "Be careful. They are not just traps, they are protectors." Amir led the team forward, moving along a narrower passage that descended further into the earth. The walls shimmered faintly, reflecting traces of gold from the river above. The air was cooler here, and a strange hum seemed to resonate through the stone. The tunnel twisted and turned, forcing the team to stay alert with every step. Suddenly, a shadow moved ahead of them. Amir signaled the team to stop. In the dim light, they saw figures resembling statues. They were human-shaped but made of bronze and gold, standing perfectly still. Their eyes glowed faintly red. The team froze, unsure whether to proceed. "These must be the guardians," Layla whispered. "They are ancient but somehow alive." Omar studied the statues carefully. "Look at the joints. They seem mechanical, but they respond to movement. If we step wrong, they might activate." Amir considered their options. "We cannot rush. We need to observe first. Watch their patterns. Learn how they move." The team watched as one statue slowly lifted an arm. The movement was smooth, precise, almost graceful. Another statue shifted slightly, its eyes scanning the area. The guardians were programmed to protect the tunnels. They were intelligent, responding to motion and sound. Hana pointed to inscriptions on the wall. "The text says the Pharaoh created these guardians to test courage and intelligence. They are not meant to harm those who respect the river. But if someone is careless or greedy, they will act." Amir nodded. "Then we move carefully, step by step, observing their behavior. Remember, patience is our advantage." The team began advancing slowly, staying low and moving with caution. Each step was calculated. When the guardians' eyes scanned their way, they froze or turned their gaze elsewhere. The tension was high, but Amir felt exhilarated. This was a test of skill and mind, not force. At one point, Omar accidentally kicked a small rock. It clattered across the floor, and a guardian immediately turned toward the sound. Its eyes glowed brighter, and it stepped forward, blocking the passage. The team held their breath. Amir raised his hand slowly, signaling calm. The guardian paused, then tilted its head as if considering them. Slowly, it stepped aside, allowing the team to pass. Amir exhaled quietly. "We learned something," he said. "The guardians are responsive, not mindless. We must be intelligent in our actions." As they moved deeper, the tunnel opened into another chamber. Here the golden river widened into smaller streams that twisted through the rock like veins. The guardians were more numerous here, and they moved gently along the river, patrolling silently. The light reflected off their metallic surfaces, creating a mesmerizing dance of gold and bronze. Layla bent down, taking readings of the streams. "The river's energy is stronger here. It flows in patterns, almost like it guides the guardians. The further we go, the more we understand how the river protects itself." Hana ran her hands along the walls, reading symbols that glowed faintly. These inscriptions speak of tests. One for courage, one for intelligence, and one for respect. The Pharaoh wanted only those who could succeed in all three to reach the heart of the river. Amir felt the weight of their journey. "We have passed the first test. Patience and observation allowed us to move safely past the guardians. But we must remain vigilant. The challenges ahead will be greater." The team continued, learning to read the river and the guardians together. When they moved slowly and thoughtfully, The Guardians allowed passage. When someone acted impulsively, the Guardians responded with subtle shifts, blocking paths or activating sensors. The team realized the Guardians were teaching as much as protecting. Hours passed, and they finally reached a smaller chamber where the river's streams converged. Here the Guardians stood like sentinels around a pool of glowing golden liquid. The light was intense, almost blinding, and the hum of energy was stronger. The Guardians did not move as aggressively here, but their presence reminded the team that this was sacred territory. Amir stepped forward carefully. This is the heart of the Guardians' domain. Every action matters. Remember what we have learned: patience, observation, respect. This is how we honor the Pharaoh's intentions. Layla measured the river and its surrounding energy. The energy here is extraordinary. If this is a form of power, it could fuel technology for generations. But it cannot be taken recklessly. The Guardians and the river itself will not allow it. Hana added, the inscriptions warn that only those who understand the river can interact with it. We are learning, slowly, carefully. That is the key. Amir looked at his team, proud and determined. We have faced our first true challenge. The Guardians tested our courage and patience, and we succeeded. But the journey is far from over. The river's greatest secrets lie ahead, and we must continue with wisdom and care. The team set up a temporary camp near the pool, taking careful measurements and recording their observations. They knew tomorrow they would move even deeper, closer to the heart of the river. The golden light bathed them in warmth and energy, a silent promise that their discoveries could shape humanity's future. Beneath the earth, the Pharaoh's Guardians continued their watch, and the river pulsed softly. Aware of the humans who had proven themselves worthy so far, the adventure had only begun, and the mysteries of the river awaited those who could rise to meet them. Amir and his team rested near the glowing pool, their minds still racing with the events of the past hours. The Guardians had tested them, and they had passed with careful observation and patience. Yet, the deeper they went, the more Amir realized that this journey was not just about treasure. It was about understanding the wisdom left behind by the Pharaoh, a wisdom that had survived thousands of years. Hana traced her fingers along the inscriptions on the walls. These writings are not just warnings. They tell the story of the Pharaoh and his vision. He created this river to protect knowledge and energy for the future. Only those who could think, feel, and act wisely could reach its heart. Layla examined the glowing streams, her eyes wide with excitement. The patterns of the river here are different. They twist and merge in ways that suggest intentional design. This is not natural. The Pharaoh's people must have had incredible knowledge to build something like this. Omar adjusted his sensors, and the Guardians are part of that design. They are integrated with the river, responding to its energy and guiding those who are worthy. It is brilliant engineering. Amir nodded, feeling both awe and responsibility. This is more than a discovery. It is a gift. If we respect it, we can learn from it. If we act recklessly, it could be lost forever. They continued through the chamber, moving carefully along the glowing streams. As they advanced, the walls opened into a larger space, a vast underground hall. Here the river widened and formed a luminous pool in the center. The golden light reflected on the high ceiling, revealing more inscriptions and symbols that seemed to float above the water. Hana stepped closer, her voice hushed. These inscriptions speak of a heart. The Pharaoh created this river to lead to a central source, a place of immense energy. It is said to respond to the mind and the spirit, not just physical presence. This is the true test. Amir took a deep breath. Then we must proceed with thought and respect. This is not a race or a hunt. This is learning from history. As they approached the central pool, the river pulsed with light, responding to their movement. Tiny waves spread across the surface, creating patterns that seemed intentional. The Guardians stood silently around the edges, their eyes glowing softly, watching every action. Layla placed her hand near the water, careful not to touch it. It reacts to us, she said. When I move my hand slowly, it flows gently. When I make sudden motions, it recoils. It is alive in a way, but not like any life we know. It is energy, intelligence, and awareness combined. Omar studied the patterns. The river seems to communicate through motion. It guides those who observe and respect it. If we understand its rhythm, we can learn to interact safely. Hana pointed to floating symbols above the pool. These are instructions. The Pharaoh intended for humans to interpret them. They described the qualities needed to access the river's full potential: patience, courage, wisdom, and respect. The river is a teacher as much as a treasure. Amir felt a deep sense of purpose. We are learning from the Pharaoh himself. He trusted that some humans with the right mind and heart could understand and use this gift. We must honor that trust. The team spent hours studying the inscriptions in the flowing golden river. They took careful notes, observing how their actions affected the water and the guardians. Each ripple and pulse revealed more of the Pharaoh's design. The river responded to calm thoughts and steady movements, while sudden or greedy impulses caused it to withdraw. Layla smiled. It is teaching us more than I expected. This is not just a test of skill. It is a lesson in understanding, patience, and harmony. The Pharaoh wanted humans to grow, not just take. Hana nodded. The inscriptions say the river holds knowledge that could benefit all of humanity. But it cannot be taken by force. Only by learning from it and respecting it can we access its gifts. Amir stood by the edge of the pool, watching the golden light ripple. This is a turning point, he said quietly. We have passed the first test with the Guardians. Now we face the challenge of understanding the river itself. Its heart is close, and with respect and wisdom we can reach it. As they prepared to move deeper into the hall, the golden light seemed to brighten, almost as if the river recognized their intent. The Guardians remained at their posts, calm but alert, as if approving the team's approach. Amir felt a sense of connection, not only with his team but with history itself. The Pharaoh had left a gift for humanity, hidden for centuries, waiting for those who could rise to the challenge. The river was alive, a teacher and protector, and it had chosen to reveal itself to those worthy of its secrets. With careful steps, the team moved toward the heart of the Golden River. They were filled with excitement, respect, and a growing understanding that this journey was not about treasure alone. It was about learning, growing, and preparing to share something extraordinary with the world. The underground hall glowed with golden light, and the river pulsed with energy. Amir knew that the greatest discoveries were still ahead, and that the Pharaoh's gift would test their courage, intelligence, and respect in ways they had yet to imagine. The adventure had reached a new level, and the mysteries of the river awaited those ready to rise to its challenge. The team had been exploring the heart of the Pharaoh's river for hours. The golden light reflected on the walls and shimmered in their eyes. Amir felt a sense of accomplishment. They had learned from the river and moved with respect and care. But the peace of the chamber was about to change. From above, the faint sound of machinery echoed through the tunnels. Amir paused, listening. "Do you hear that?" he asked. Layla tilted her head. "It sounds like engines. Someone is coming." Omar quickly checked the sensors. "They are not far. There is movement near the tunnel entrance. We are not alone." Hana's face paled. The inscriptions warned that others could come. Those who are greedy may try to take the river's gift without understanding it. "We must be ready." Amir nodded. "Stay calm. We do not fight with weapons. We protect the river and our knowledge. That is our advantage." Moments later, the team saw them. A group of rival treasure hunters had entered the chamber. Led by a man named Malik, they were equipped with lights, drills, and mechanical tools. Their machines whirred loudly, and the Golden River reacted immediately. The streams rippled aggressively, sending waves of golden liquid toward the intruders. Malik laughed, ignoring the warnings. "We are here for the treasure," he shouted. "Step aside or you will regret it." Amir stepped forward. "This is not treasure to be taken. It is knowledge and energy. The river does not belong to anyone who is greedy." Malik sneered. "Words will not stop us. Move or be pushed aside." The rival team activated their drills and advanced toward the central pool. The river responded. Streams of golden liquid swirled faster, blocking their path. Small pulses of energy shot into the air, causing the hunters' machines to spark and wobble. The Guardians stirred, moving with precision to protect the river. They did not attack aggressively, but positioned themselves between the intruders and the golden pool. Layla whispered, "The river can defend itself." "It is stronger than we imagined," Hana added. "The Pharaoh designed this. The Guardians and the river act together. Only those who respect it can pass. Others will fail." Amir raised his hand to the team. "Observe and respond. We do not fight with force. We use intelligence and patience. Follow the river's lead." Malik's team tried to force their way forward, but the river pulsed with greater intensity. Golden liquid swirled around the intruders, pushing them back without causing harm. The Guardians moved in precise patterns, blocking machines and guiding the intruders away. Malik cursed, frustrated by the river's resistance. Omar studied the flow. The river reacts to intent. It senses greed and aggression. It is defending itself. If we act carefully, we can use this to protect ourselves in the river. Layla nodded. We need to guide the intruders out without harming them. The river will help if we stay calm. Amir carefully stepped forward. Malik, leave this place. The river is not for those who take without understanding. Respect its power or you will fail. Malik shouted angrily. We will take what we want. He activated a small drill aiming for the pool. The river reacted instantly. Streams surged, surrounding the drill and lifting it off the ground. Sparks flew and the intruders stumbled, trying to control their machines. Hana pointed to the inscriptions. The texts said the river separates the worthy from the unworthy. It is testing them now. Amir instructed his team to move calmly along the edges of the pool, adjusting sensors and creating small paths of light to guide the intruders toward the tunnel entrance. The river responded, flowing gently to block their advances while leaving escape routes open. The Guardians assisted silently, standing between the hunters and the pool. Within minutes, Malik's team was forced back, their machines damaged and their progress stopped. Malik glared at Amir. This is not over, he growled, before retreating with his group through the tunnels. Amir exhaled, relief washing over him. The river protected itself and us. Greed cannot succeed here. We must remain vigilant. Others may come. But the Pharaoh designed this place for those who are worthy. Layla examined the pool. The river is alive with intelligence. It responds to morality as much as action. This is beyond anything I have ever studied. The Pharaoh's wisdom was extraordinary. Hana nodded. The Guardians and the river tested us for courage, intelligence, patience, and respect. We passed. That means the Pharaoh trusted us to use this knowledge responsibly. Omar added, the world above will never believe the river is alive, but the energy and lessons we bring back will make a difference. We can prove the river's power safely and ethically. The team finally reached the surface as the sun began to rise. The desert was calm, golden light reflecting off the sand. Amir felt the weight of responsibility settle on him. They had unlocked a secret buried for thousands of years. The Pharaoh's river of gold was no longer hidden, but it remained protected by their understanding and respect. Amir addressed the team. We must decide how to share this. Knowledge without care can be dangerous. We cannot allow greed or misuse. We must work together to show humanity the value of respect, wisdom, and patience, just as the Pharaoh intended. Layla looked at the horizon. We can demonstrate the energy safely. Show that it is more than material wealth. The river is alive and intelligent. It teaches lessons, and that is what the world needs to learn. Hana added, we can write about the Guardians, the trials, and the heart of the river, not to claim treasure, but to inspire humans to think differently about knowledge, responsibility, and respect for history. Omar smiled. We have the chance to change how humans approach discovery. This is bigger than treasure hunting. This is humanity learning from the past to build a better future. Amir nodded, feeling a sense of purpose. We will protect the river and the knowledge. We will share what is needed for progress, but only in a way that honors the Pharaoh's intentions. This is the true treasure. The team returned to their research base nearby. They carefully transferred the data and energy readings to secure storage, making sure every detail of the river, the Guardians, and the crystal was recorded. They built models and simulations to understand the river's power safely, ensuring that no one could misuse it. Weeks passed, and the world slowly learned of the discovery. Scientists marveled at the energy, historians studied the inscriptions, and engineers found inspiration in the Pharaoh's design. The Golden River became a symbol of human potential, showing that wisdom, patience, and respect could unlock incredible possibilities. Amir watched as their findings were shared responsibly with the world. Humanity began to rethink how it approached science, history, and discovery. The Pharaoh's gift had fulfilled its purpose. It inspired growth, understanding, and harmony. One evening, Amir returned to the desert, standing at the edge of the hidden entrance. The golden glow from deep underground pulsed softly, a reminder of the river's presence. The Guardians were still there, silent and vigilant, protecting the knowledge. Amir felt gratitude and humility. Humanity had been tested and had passed, guided by the Pharaoh's wisdom and the living river beneath the earth. He looked at the sunset and whispered, "We have learned from the past, and we will build a future worthy of this gift." The golden river continued to flow underground, alive and aware, waiting for those who approached it with respect, patience, and wisdom. It was a treasure that could never be stolen, only understood. And through Amir and his team, the Pharaoh's vision had finally reached the world. Humanity had risen to the challenge, proving that courage, intelligence, and honor could unlock mysteries hidden for thousands of years. The desert was calm once more, but beneath it a river of gold pulsed softly, a living reminder that knowledge and respect were the true treasures of humanity. Hana added, "It tests courage, patience, intelligence, and respect. Those who fail cannot pass. The river is both teacher and protector." Omar adjusted the sensors to monitor the river's energy. "We learned an important lesson today. Force will not win here. Only understanding and respect will allow us to progress." Amir looked at the golden liquid glowing softly in the chamber. "We have passed another test. The intruders were stopped because they did not understand. We must continue our journey with caution. The heart of the river is still ahead, and it will challenge us further." The team gathered near the pool, their minds focused and determined. They had seen the river's power and the Guardian's intelligence in action. Tomorrow they would explore even deeper, approaching the true source of the Pharaoh's river of gold. They knew that wisdom, respect, and careful observation were their greatest tools. Beneath the earth, the golden river continued to pulse and flow, alive with energy and awareness. The Guardians remained at their posts, silent but vigilant. Amir and his team were ready to face the next stage of the river's mysteries, prepared to learn from the Pharaoh's gift and protect it from those who could not understand its true value. Amir and his team moved carefully through the tunnels, following the golden glow that led them toward the heart of the river. The Guardians stayed at the edges of the chambers, silent and alert, watching the team's progress. Every step felt heavier, charged with anticipation. The further they went, the stronger the energy of the river became. It was alive in a way that made the air vibrate with warmth and light. "This is it," Amir whispered, feeling his pulse quicken. "The heart of the river is close. Stay calm and focused. Every action matters." Layla adjusted her sensors, taking readings of the energy pulsing through the walls. "The flow here is incredible. I have never seen anything like this. It is pure power, moving and reacting as if it understands us." Omar nodded, his eyes scanning the glowing paths ahead. "We need to move slowly. One wrong move could disturb the balance and trigger the Guardians or the river itself." Hana traced the inscriptions on the walls with her fingers. "These writings speak of the heart. The Pharaoh created this place as a test. The river responds to thought, intention, and respect. Only those who understand can access its full power." The tunnel opened into a vast chamber. In the center, a crystalline formation rose from the ground like a mountain of gold. The golden river flowed around it, sparkling and pulsating with light. Tiny golden streams rose from the river, connecting with the crystal as if feeding it energy. The entire chamber glowed, and the hum of the river filled the air. Amir took a step closer. "This must be the source, the heart of the river. Everything else we have seen leads to this point." Layla bent down to examine the streams. "It is not just a crystal. It responds to movement, to thought, and to presence. It is alive in a way that defies explanation. The Pharaoh must have created it with knowledge far beyond our own." Omar adjusted his sensors carefully. "If we want to study this safely, we must follow the river's rhythm. It reacts to our emotions, our intentions, and our actions. We cannot rush or be greedy." Hana placed her hand gently near the crystal. The golden light pulsed and spread toward her, as if acknowledging her calm and respectful approach. "It responds to respect," she whispered. "It recognizes those who come with the right mind and heart." Amir nodded. "Then we proceed with thought and care. Let us observe and learn. This is not just a treasure. It is knowledge and power combined." The team spent hours studying the heart of the river. Every gesture caused the crystal to pulse in response. The Guardians moved in silent patterns around the chamber, guiding the team along safe paths while blocking potential dangers. The energy of the river was overwhelming, but it also provided a sense of clarity and focus. Layla smiled, her eyes reflecting the golden light. "We can interact with it without harming it. The energy is immense, but it can be controlled with understanding. The Pharaoh designed it to teach patience, intelligence, and respect." Hana added, The inscriptions say that those who try to take it by force will fail. Only those who work with the river, not against it, can access its full potential. Amir stepped closer to the crystalline heart. Then we must learn. We must observe its patterns and understand its energy. This is the true gift of the Pharaoh. It is not gold or wealth. It is knowledge that can change humanity. As they carefully placed sensors and took measurements, the river responded to their cooperation. Golden currents flowed gently around their tools, allowing safe interaction. When anyone acted impulsively, the streams shifted and blocked access, guiding them to remain calm and thoughtful. Omar whispered in awe, "It is teaching us. The river itself is alive with intelligence. It knows who we are and what we intend." The Pharaoh left this as a challenge and a gift. Those who succeed will understand it fully. Layla nodded. We have passed the trials of courage and patience with the guardians. Now the river tests our wisdom. Every step, every thought matters here. Amir placed his hand near the crystal, focusing on understanding its energy. The golden glow intensified, and the river seemed to flow in harmony with their intentions. The guardians remained still, as if approving of their progress. Hana looked at the inscriptions one last time. It says that the heart of the river will reward those who are worthy with knowledge and energy. It is not a prize to be taken, but a gift to be understood and respected. Amir felt a deep sense of responsibility. We are ready. We must carry this knowledge carefully. It is not ours to control or misuse. It is a gift for humanity, and we must honor the Pharaoh's intentions. The golden river pulsed and shimmered, reacting to their calm and understanding. The crystalline heart glowed brighter, filling the chamber with a light that warmed their faces and inspired their minds. Amir realized that the river had accepted them, showing that respect, intelligence, and patience were the keys to unlocking its secrets. The team knew that what they had discovered could change the future. They had reached the heart of the Pharaoh's river of gold. It was alive, aware, and ready to share its knowledge with those who understood its lessons. Amir looked at his team and felt pride, hope, and determination. Humanity had risen to the challenge, and the river had acknowledged their worth. The chamber hummed with golden energy, a silent promise that the discoveries they had made would shape the future. The Pharaoh's gift was no longer hidden. It had chosen the worthy, and Amir and his team were ready to learn, protect, and share it with the world. Amir and his team stood in awe at the heart of the golden river. The crystal in the center pulsed with energy, and the river flowed around it in a harmonious rhythm. They had learned the lessons of patience, respect, and wisdom. Now it was time to take their discoveries back to the surface and share them with the world. We cannot rush this, Amir said. We must leave carefully, preserving the river and its guardians. Nothing must be disturbed. We are stewards of this knowledge. Layla nodded, carefully collecting data from the sensors. The energy readings are stable. The river responds positively to calm actions. If we continue this way, we can move back safely without harming it. Omar led the way, checking the tunnels for hazards and marking safe paths. The guardians remained at the edges, silent but vigilant. Their eyes glowed faintly as the team passed, a subtle acknowledgement of the humans who had proven themselves worthy. Hana paused near the inscriptions one last time. These writings tell us how to use the knowledge responsibly. The Pharaoh wanted the river to benefit humanity, but only if humans approached it with care, intelligence, and respect. We must remember this always. The journey back through the tunnels was tense but controlled. The golden river continued to pulse softly, guiding their path. Whenever the team acted thoughtfully, the flow adjusted to allow safe passage. Whenever someone hesitated or acted too quickly, the river responded, reminding them to remain mindful. As they reached the main chamber, Amir looked back at the heart of the river. We have learned more than we imagined. The Pharaoh's wisdom is extraordinary. We now carry a gift that can change the future if used wisely. Layla smiled. We have not taken gold or treasure. We have taken knowledge and understanding. That is more valuable than anything money can buy.